Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Haley Waterbeach, and in today's video we are going to be talking about Pumpkin's baby. So Pumpkin had her baby a couple months ago, so her baby has been weaned and is currently just getting bigger and bigger, and eventually she is going to be getting ridden and getting broke. And so we are going to be talking about little Miss Baby. So if you guys didn't know, my mare Pumpkin got pregnant and ended up having a miscarriage, and then she got pregnant with this baby and was able to keep this baby. And she just had this baby a couple of months ago, and this baby has been weaned and is really healthy and doing really good. And so now I'm going to be telling you guys this baby's name and going and showing you guys this baby and all of that stuff. So first things first that I have to tell you guys is the baby's name. So this baby's name is going to be really, really cool. So I'm going to be telling you guys that right now. So the baby's name is really interesting because I have been thinking about it for a little bit now. So if you guys don't know the parents, so the mom is Pumpkin and the dad is Chester, and they're both chestnuts. And Chester is a chestnut. Almost said Frisian. He is a off the track thoroughbred stallion. And I am really excited to tell you guys this baby's name. So mom is Pumpkin. She's a American Paint, chestnut American Paint, and she has had a daughter previously, and my sister found her daughter and bought her, and her daughter's name is Polly, and she is a full-blown American Paint Western mare. She's just really good. So this new baby, we were hoping for a boy, but we ended up getting another girl. Um, and I have decided to name this baby, I decided to name this baby Remy because it just is a really beautiful name and it fits this baby beautifully. And I thought that it would be just really good, and she's just one of a kind, and it's just amazing at how good this name fits this baby. So I ended up deciding to give Miss Baby Girl Remy to my sister. So my sister has both of Pumpkin's babies, and I am going to be seeing, you guys are going to be seeing my sister riding Miss Remy. Well, seeing Remy, because Remy is currently under saddle, getting all of that work done right now. She is, um, well, she's not really getting ridden right now. She's just like having saddles sit on her and stuff like that, like all of that stuff. So she's getting used to it. Um, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm also going to be showing you guys all of the newer horses that I've gotten from auctions and all of that stuff as well, and showing you guys all of their names and everything like that. So I'm going to be showing you guys all of them now. Now we are next to our two new horses that I have so far. I have more. So on the left, Bear, his barn name is Bear. that is Mr. Banksy, and he is a gelding. He is one of our newest guys, and he's in the lesson program. Right now, he's not currently in the lesson program, but he's meant to be in the lesson program. He is my show jumping horse, show jumping prospect, and he is going to be really, really good. And he has some background of show jumping and stuff like that. And then on my other side, this big draft boy, this is Hank, aka Big Boy, in the barn, because he's one of the biggest draft horses we own. And he is also supposed to be in the lesson program for some of our beginner students, because he's really, really good with beginner students. He is 9 years old. When I first rode him years and years ago, he was 5. And I was just starting out riding as well, so it was really cool to find him again and be able to buy him for my program. The next horses are going to be on the other side, so let's go and show you guys those guys and girls. One of our newest mares here is Miss Opal, and she is the prettiest mare I've ever seen in my life. She is on the older side. She is 10, so she is in the program as well. And she is fully in the program, so like she is in the program. Like she didn't really need that much training. She had a really good starter person that started her under saddle, and she's just really, really good. I actually haven't ridden her myself in a little bit. So I will be riding her maybe later in this video. But behind you guys is, I'm pretty sure, we have Mr. Woody. And he is doing really, really good with riding and being ridden and everything like that. He's doing really, really good. Right, so this big boy here behind me is my newest member to my actual horse family. This is Kingsley, aka known as Sun King. He is another Frisian. I have Star, who is literally behind him on the side of him. She is currently out of work because she tore a ligament in her leg like Sully did. So she's going to be out of work for a little while because she needs to heal. And so I really want another Frisian anyways. And he is a stallion, by the way. And I have the wall for barrier reasons. And I'm thinking about moving all the mares to this other side of the barn and just have all girls on one side and all boys on the other side. And that's kind of what I was thinking of doing anyways. But this is Kingsley, and behind you guys is another new corsage horse, but he is specifically for not shows. He is specifically for the lesson program for people who want to just do corsage and stuff like that, and they don't want to do jumping and stuff like that. I have a horse specifically for that, and his name is Knight, and I will be showing you guys him right now. This is Knight. He is a off the track thoroughbred, and his actual name is Duke, because this is Sully and Chester's little brother, and I think that is just so cool that I have him now. But everyone in the barn calls him Knight, but his actual name is Dean, or Duke, Dean or Duke. Everyone, it's so weird. He has so many different names that people call him, but he mainly gets called Knight because he's just so sweet. He's such a sweet boy. But his show name is on his plaque. It is Nightstorm. But yeah, and then down the hall we go, and we have a bunch more horses down there, plus little Remy. She is down there. My sister brought her here so she can be with her mom and stuff like that. But she's mainly at Steve's now, my uncle's, and she's mainly there with her sister and her other sister, because my sister has 3 mares now, which is insane. And Oz, obviously our starter horse, Mr. Marshmallow. But now let's head to the next horse. Alrighty, so our next two horses, or known as ponies, these boys are both in the lesson program. So right next to me is Red, or known as Rolo. He is my childhood pony. I got him actually when I was a little bit older. I was actually, I think, 15 when I got him, and he was only 5. So he's up there in his age. And my uncles had been holding on to him for me until I could get my own place, and I finally have it, and I'm really, really happy with this boy. He is amazing. He's done a lot of good jobs over time. My uncle has had him in his lesson program as well, and he did amazing. So he's in the lesson program as well. And then the new spotted boy next to me is Clover. He is been called Oreo sometimes as well, but his show name is Clover, and I just call him Clover because he is just one of a kind, and he's just really, really good. I can actually ride him. He's tall enough. He's still in the pony range, but he is tall enough that I can ride him. And I haven't ridden him yet today. Today I'm actually supposed to ride him, but we might be doing a little riding session here at the end. But he is new to the barn as well as Rolo, and just amazing. He is such a nice, sweet boy. But he's also in the lesson program, and so, so sweet. Then behind you guys, we have Miss Rose and Diamond, and one other little horsey, Remy. So let's show you guys all of them. Behind me, we have Miss Rose, or known as Lucky Rose, and she is I actually can't remember her breed. I know her breed in heartbeat, but right now I just can't remember. And then we have Blue Diamond, or known as Diamond. She is one of our oldest mares here on the property. She is 18, going on 19 soon. And both of these two mares are in the program. But I do ride Rose a lot more, like if she was one of my actual personal horses, because she is just such a fun mare. And she is a young mare, so she is in the higher up, more advanced riders. And then next to Miss Diamond here, we have our little baby. There she is. That little beautiful spotted booty is Miss Remy, and she is acting her age. She is only 2. She's going on 3 though, but she is 2. And she's just getting started with having saddles on her. She has had blankets on her many of times. My sister has just sat on her back. I don't know why my sister does certain things, but yeah, she just sits on her back once in a while, and she's fine with people sitting on her. My sister's never done like leg pressure yet. She hasn't done like with a saddle, like any of that. She's just very freshly starting her under saddle. But we're gonna head over there so you guys can really see her, because this angle isn't really giving you guys any justice of seeing how beautiful this beautiful baby girl is. So here is Remy, and like I said, she is bred by Chester and by Miss Pumpkin, and both of those two are my personal horses. And she is a half American paint, half off the track thoroughbred. As you can see, she has the paint markings, and she looks exactly like she's her dad and her uncle's build. But yeah, she is such a beautiful horse. When she was a baby, she looked straight orange. She looked like she was going to be just chestnut. but she did have the white and her mane and her tail already. So we were like, okay. And then the older she got, the white just started showing a lot more, which was really cool to see. And she's completely almost shed it out. And she has a little bit more to go, but she just looks so good. She is just so pretty. I've been wanting to ride her for a little bit now, so yeah, hope you guys. So I am on Mr. Banksy. He's the first horse that I'm riding today. Like I said, he is in the lesson program with a lot of the horses that I've got from the auction or from going and just buying horses. I am currently looking for a couple of other horses for the program and some personal horses and stuff, because we have a lot of stables around on the property, a lot of space. So I'm thinking of getting some project horses and stuff like that, because I do have some project horses right now, but they're almost finished with being at 100% done. Well, no horse is really 100% done, but like they're at the point where they could be in the program if I really wanted them to. So I'm trying to find some more horses to have for a project, because I'm trying to find a off the track thoroughbred or something, or a Mustang, because I don't have any Mustangs, which was so surprising because that's like the second breed that I usually see, but recently I haven't found any, and I've been looking for one for a couple of months now, and I haven't found one that sparked an interest to me. So yeah, so if you guys don't know, we have a arena up top, and then we have 3 arenas down at the bottom. So I just am going to just warm this boy up. We're not doing any jumping or anything. We're just doing flat work today with this boy. So then I'm going to ride after Mr. Banksy is done with his little ride. I'm going to get on. I'm thinking we'll do 3 horses or 4 horses today. I think we'll do 3 more after Banksy. So I think after Banksy, I'll ride Opal, and then we'll do Night, because I need to ride him because it's been a little bit since I last ridden him. And the last time he was in a lesson was been a little bit. And then I think I'll ride Clover because I haven't ridden him really at all in a little bit. So yeah. And then all the other horses should be fine. I might do a little trial ride with Sully because I haven't ridden Sully in a hot minute. So I'm gonna do a little sit trot on Mr. Banksy for a little bit because he's not used to people doing sit trots, because all of my students usually do rising trots and stuff. And I want all of my horses to be able to do both and not be bothered by it. So I'm gonna do some sit trot training with this boy for a little bit, and then I will do a nice rising trot with this boy. Get my camera looking good and sit randomly, do a little rising trot, then sit, good boy, and get him to go into a canter. So we're just gonna rise and canter, good boy. So I've had Banksy for a couple of months now. I think I've had him for 3 months now. And then I've had a couple of them for 9 months, a couple of them for a week, which that would be Clover and Opal. I've had them both for a week because I got them at the same auction. and so it's been a little bit difficult with having students wanting to ride them. I've only had one student wanting to ride Clover, but no one's really wanted to ride Opal, and I don't know why. So I was going to try and see if there was any reason why they wouldn't want to ride her. Um, so I think I'm gonna cool him off, and we're gonna head on back to the barn, and we're going to put him out in I might put a couple horses out in pasture, but we'll see. I might not, cause it is still really chilly here. The snow has not melted at all. It is just still coming down, and we've had like some moments where it would stop, but then it would just start back up, and it's kind of annoying having snow everywhere, having muddy pastures with snow in there. Yeah. Also, Star slipped on snow, and that's how she got her ligament issue. And now I have to wait a very long time until it gets better. Um, but yeah, I've had Kingsley for 7 months, 8 or 7 months. I've had him for a little bit now, and he's amazing. We've went to 2 shows, Corsage shows. Yeah, it was really fun. He doesn't do any jumping, which is kind of sad, so. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to untack this boy and get on our next pony, and yeah. Alrighty, so now I'm on Miss Opal, and I tacked her up, and I put a little warmer saddle pad on her. It's like a fleece lined one because her winter coat did not grow in as well as I was hoping it would have. So I'm just walking her down the path to the indoor arena, because indoor arenas are a little bit warmer than these outdoor ones because, well, there's snow everywhere, so it makes sense. Just gonna do a nice rising trot. And I did do a little sitting trotting coming down, but I think now I'm just going to focus on doing the rising trot and all of that stuff, since I haven't ridden her since I first tried her out, and she just did really good when I first trotted her out. So we're going to see how she does today, because today I'm going to do a little bit of some jumping, some of those smaller jumps for like beginner riders and stuff. So let's get her on the nice rail, and we're just gonna do our rising trot because that is what I'm mainly gonna focus on with those beginner students. So I'm just gonna act like if I was a beginner student to see how she would do, and so far she's doing really, really good. And we're going to kind of do like a beginner student. My goodness, I can't English right now. A beginner student that is learning how to do some cross rails, like some small jumps, and see like if I did put a I can't even say it. A beginner student. There we go. If they were doing like jumping and stuff with her, like their first ever jumps and stuff, see how she does. So I trotted her up to the jump, and surprisingly, she didn't look phased at me bringing her to the jump. Then I had her go, and she did really good. A lot better than I actually thought that she was gonna do. And then I did a nice tiny circle. Obviously, beginner students wouldn't do that, but I just wanted to make sure that she knew that like that's what would happen. And then I kind of did a nice canter, and her canter was so duper smooth, which is what I remember liking of her, because her canters were nice and smooth. and I had to go a tiny bit faster just to kind of see how she would do. And I accidentally had her crash into there. That was my fault. Um, but I had her do a nice circle, and I was feeling a little bit of some lameness, but I still kind of wanted her to see if she would still do that. And that's when I noticed that her front leg was super duper lame, and that's when I noticed that I had to get off and I had to take her back and get her leg checked out. And I did, and I found out that she was lame in that front leg. So I immediately understood why my students weren't like riding her, because she was lame. So I walked her all the way back because I didn't feel like walking her in the snow because I didn't know how she was going to act. So I walked her all the way back and took off the tack and told my vet what was the issue that was going on with her. And then I got on to our next horse, which is Clover, and he did 10 times better than I thought he was going to do. So here is Clover. Here I am on Mr. Clover, and this boy is pretty stocky for being a pony breed, and he is just such a good boy. Like, a lot of students like riding this boy for certain reasons. He's just such a really good mover, and he just looks really good with photos as well, which I take a lot of photos of my riding students because I like showing them photos of their progress, and I like taking videos of their progress as well. Not all the time though, mainly photos, because it's just so fun seeing how well their progress has like become with riding. So I think that is really fun. But today we are focusing on one of this boy's weaknesses, which is going to be canter. This boy gallops. He don't like canter. This boy, every time a student is on him, the only thing that I always get asked if I could work on his canter, because he doesn't want a canter. He wants to go fast, which is not fun because that could go to injuries with students falling off from him galloping randomly and stuff like that. So that is the only thing that I am going to work on with this boy today. So like I was doing earlier, I'm just going to trot him down this hill just to start getting him moving and getting those muscles working and getting him all warmed up. As you guys see, I'm wearing my matchy saddle pad because it is just so nice. And this winter saddle has come in clutch because of the fluffy butt. It is just keeping me warm. Sometimes a little bit too warm, but on those long trail rides in the coldness, this saddle is very nice. So I'm going to slow him down before entering the arena. Really nice. I'm going to start off with our trot. And we're going to get our nice canter. And he does really good with me because I'm used to having a horse. I used to have a horse that was like him, and he was bad. But he was headstrong. This boy isn't headstrong. He's just wants to go. He just thinks that cantering means that he gets to gallop, because his old owners used to just let him gallop immediately right out the gate. So I'm not going to let this boy do that. So what I am going to do is when he starts to do that, I'm going to have him get collected. And thing is, this boy is actually 10. He is 10 years old, and he's like up there in age, and he just has one thing that I have to fix with him, and I've been trying to fix it over the course of all the lessons that I've had with him in them. So this is this boy going at it, and I started to slow him down And he eventually let up and let me slow him down to a nice trot. And then when I asked him to canter again, he immediately started just going for it. And I started slowing him down to the point where we were back at our slow canter. It got to the point where it started getting really, really bad. To the point where I couldn't stop him. So the next time I didn't like pull him back, and he actually like did it actually pretty good. So here I was pulling him back for the third time, and when I put him towards the jump, he slowed down to the point where like I could actually like have him go away from it. So then I had him jump it because I was like, you know what, I'll let him do some jumping to maybe have that energy go down a little bit. So I just popped him over some smaller fences and stuff. And then I tried our trot to canter transition to see if he would gallop off again. And when I did it, he didn't gallop off. So I started putting pieces together. Maybe if I have his energy come out, like, or I do lunge line session before the actual ride, maybe he wouldn't have as much energy. Because this boy has a lot of energy for his age. I mean, if he was like 18 or like 20 years old and he was still doing that, then I would definitely think like that is like insane with how much energy he has. So the last horse that I rode was Knight, and I rode him for a very little amount of time. So here I am on Knight. Okay, so now that I'm on Knight, we are walking around. I have him in his custom saddle. Really, any corsage saddle fits really good on him, but I wanted him to have a nice black set because I think it looks good on him. Good boy. Just gonna do a nice little ride. Nothing much, nothing too intense with this boy today. This boy does do some jumping. He doesn't do just corsage, but he does do some jumping and stuff like that because we need him to be able to be in his best conditions because he is in the lesson program. Unlike his other two brothers. I mean, Chester is in the lesson program because he's just something else. Chester loves doing jumping and stuff, so I was like, you know what? I'll put him in the advanced lesson program. So, if you're wanting to ride one of my horses, Chester is one of them that you can ride because he is something else. But I will warn you guys, he does do some bucking because he is just a crazy boy. So yeah. Good boy. Look how nice this trot is. I'm gonna do a little canter. Good boy. Oh. Alright. Just a nice little walking. I think I'm also going to get on Sully later today. And do some jumping with him. But I'm probably not gonna record that. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video. So I'm gonna go do the outro after I attack this boy. Good boy. And I think I'm gonna let a bunch of the horses out into pastures a little later as well today. Because a lot of the horses have been in today because I put all the horses in at night because we have coyotes here. And I just don't want anything bad happening to them. So all the horses go into stalls at night, and then I put horses back out. So yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go and take off the check and do the outro. Enjoyed this video of meeting all of the horses and stuff like that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, stay tuned for more videos. Bye.